Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview, June 23rd, 2015 on a Tuesday. How you doing traders? Coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Cloudy skies and a lot of rain overnight. Looks like we're going to have rain probably most of today. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, if you would, please come and visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. And it's a really nice site to go wander around and play with. A lot of fun. Alright traders, before we get started, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilder. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, this is where we go over 6 currency pairs.
You're listening to Trade the News.
This is where we go over 6 currency pairs. And we do analysis and commentary. Sorry about that, traders. I lost my spot on my screen. Okay, so a little bit about myself is that I started trading in the year of 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career in fire rescue, came to Thailand. Well, traders, it's 2015, and I'm still here. Traders, I do trade the Forex market every single trading day. I am listening to it technically, fundamentally. I'm in the markets, and no, I do not win every trade. In fact, I took a loss yesterday on a trade. It just happens. The key to that is good money management skills. All right, let's get the legal stuff. This is a Forex disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's move along. Let's head on over to the news and commentary. Let's take a look at the numbers out of the New York close. US 30 closed positive 0.58%. The S&P 500 closed positive 0.61%. And the NASDAQ closed 0.72%. And the Russell 2000 closed positive 0.65%. Yes, I did watch the opening of New York, and it opened at a really nice bump to the upside. Some really nice movements there. Let's go over to the Eurozone. The DAX closed up really high, 3.81%. The FTSE 100 also over 1%, 1.72%. And the CAC 40 closed positive 3.81%. Wow. And the Euro Stoxx 50 winning out the day at 4.06%. Wow, lots of green in the Eurozone and some really nice moving numbers. Let's head on over to Asia. Remember, these countries are currently trading. The Nikkei 225 at the current moment is up 1.52%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is up 1.22%. The Shanghai is up 0.42%. And the Hang Seng is up 0.49%. And the Kospi is up 1.31%. That's what's going on with the numbers in our indices at the close and the markets that are currently open. We did have some China data come out today, which moved the Aussie dollar about 20 pips, 24 pips, and then we send it back. I had not taken a look at the chart since that data, and that data came out about 40 minutes ago. Let's take a look at what's on our calendar today. So like I said, we had HSB Flash Manufacturing PMI come out. At the London Open, we have, out of the Euro, we have French Flash Manufacturing PMI, high impact number. We also have in the Euro session German Flash Manufacturing PMI. And in the US, we have core durable goods month on month. And that looks about it for today, but it looks like we have data in every session, so that'll keep us on our toes as we go through our trading day. Commentary today was the markets and the charts really were not easy yesterday. Not because I took a loss, but if you look at all the charts, if you grabbed them at the right spot, you could have really done some well stuff. I really wanted to take a second trade. The only problem was it was almost 11 p.m. Thailand time, and I don't like to keep my trades overnight. However, I did keep my trade overnight, and good thing I did because I basically only lost about less than 10% loss on that trade, where I was way negative at 11 p.m. Tehran time, which is noon New York time. So sometimes you just have to hold them overnight. That's just the way it is. So all is good, ready for a new trading day. I'm pretty excited about today. The charts today look somewhat confused. I don't think today's trading is easy. I think we need to find some direction, and we're finding pairs that have really come out of their trend and are now in the opposite direction, but they're not in a change of trend when you look at a 4-hour chart or a daily chart, depending on what time frame you're trading. Even if you're looking at a 15 and you look at an hourly chart, they're not the same. So there's a lot of non-correlation going on. So I think that's really important. Greece again is on top of the list. Some say they're going to have a solution. Other euro, I call them wobbleheads, but people get in front of microphones and saying a lot of stuff, and that'll swing your trade in a second. And it's amazing. I don't think Angela Merkel has gotten any sleep in the last week because all she's doing is talking all day long. And, what's going to happen, folks, I have no idea. I think the interesting day is probably the 29th when Greece needs to pay this bundle to the IMF. And if that doesn't happen, well, I think the fireworks are going to go off. So we'll see what happens. They can sign all the deals they want, but if they don't pay the IMF, like IMF Chief Lagarde said, they are technically in default. So it's going to be very interesting. I think they said yesterday on media that there was 1 million euro a day coming out of the banks, and the people are taking their money out of the banks, but they're not. According to the news, they're not doing a bank run. There's no lines out the doors to get money out of the banks, but they're using the ATMs, and they're slowly but surely just being cautious, as they should be. And so we'll see what happens. It can be very interesting. But that is the name of the game, is what's going to happen with Greece. So just keep an eye on that as we go through our trading day today, and of course our high impact data. Folks, we're going to take a look at some 60-minute Forex charts. I've changed my charts, and we have some new charts for you, and I will explain them. Remember, every candle on the chart is a 1-hour candle. And let's start with the euro dollar. So we went to a black chart. Now, this is real easy. The green line on the chart is not different. That is the 200 exponential moving average. The yellow lines are support and resistance lines, and the red dotted line in between is a mean line. Okay, so this makes life a lot easier. Instead of me having to try to figure out where support and resistance is right away, it's on my charts automatically. All right, so what we want here on the euro is we want this to pop up. We want this to come up to the 61.8. We want it 1357. We're ready to sell it. We'll take it down to 1300, and that's a nice 50 pip trade. This is Asia. Even though we had data, this really didn't react to the data at all. So I don't expect anything till London open with the euro, but it is in a downtrend, and it is what it is. So you can see where that big bullish candle was, and it closed below and came back and retested it as resistance, and I took the short, and well, you can see we ended up with 3 blue candles. And then luckily overnight it came all the way back down, so I think I took a 21 pip loss yesterday on the euro dollar while I was sleeping. It could have been worse. It could have been a 80 pip loss, so I'm not complaining. All right, and of course, always good money management skills. I was only trading 1% of my trading account. All right, let's go over to the pound dollar. Now, this is bullish. Now, I know you're saying, William, you're out of your mind. There's no way this is bullish. You have to look at the daily chart. The daily chart is screaming bullish. Yes, we've had 2 red down days. That's fine. Forex doesn't move in a straight line. So that's fine, and it's bullish. And I'm looking to take this to the long side. However, I'm not going to be crazy. If this gives me a bearish engulfing candle at the London Open and wants to come down to that 5,700, that 200 exponential moving average, I will be more than happy to sell it. But that's not my bias. My bias is I want to buy this. But this has to break, right? This has to break this resistance, give me a retest. Now it's support, and then we can sell. We can buy this at 58.37. This is not going to be an easy trade as we have data for this pair today. So this is going to be pretty interesting as we move through our day. But my bias is to buy this pair, not to sell it. But if it gives me a selling opportunity where I can grab a quick 20 or 30 pips, I'm surely going to take it. All right, let's move over to the Aussie. Now, the Aussie had that China news came out after I made this slide, so there's a red candle below the 100% mark, but it's all the way back up just below that 100%. It's retraced all the way back up. So I think we're going to probably end up in the same range at the London Open. I don't think we're going to get this pullback to the 618 at 77.51, which is right next to that 200 exponential moving average, which is great resistance, right? Great resistance. However, we're at resistance now, right? So we'll just wait and see what happens at London, and we'll take this down to the 76.81 area. And I think that'll be fine. But all I want to do is sell the Aussie. I do not want to buy the Aussie, right? We're bearish in the Aussie dollar. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Now, this is absolutely ugly, and the daily chart is even more ugly. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So the daily chart is in this nasty range, and it's above the 200, and it's bullish at the moment. It's taken out some significant levels, but it's kind of hard to say what it is. But we're at support now, and I'm not willing to sell this when I have the daily chart in unison with my 1 hour chart. So I'm going to buy this at 46.77 if I get a bullish candlestick formation. And as you can see, I'd like to get up to really that 95 area, that 46, 90, 95 area. I think that's a safe. I want to get past that range and break it. If it breaks that range, I would take that up because, that spike goes up to like 47, 15, something like that in that area. So, it's kind of hard to play this, and I don't know, traders. I just might stay on the sidelines on this Euro Aussie today. This does not look comfortable to me. I don't feel comfortable with what I'm seeing on the daily chart. I like what I see on the hourly chart because there's a nice push to the upside, but if you look left of the chart, it is quite ugly. There's a lot of support and resistance areas. There's a lot of wick candles, indecision candles. So, and now we're in this nasty range for the last 5 hours, which is okay because, that's end of New York into Asia. So we'll see how this goes. We'll keep a close eye on it. Here's another ugly chart, and that is our Euro-Yen chart. And, the Euro-Yen is bearish, and I just want to sell this. So basically, I want this to break this trend line, give me a retest, which the Euro-Yen's okay with doing, and then bring me down to the 139.35 area. So this is like not a huge, this is only like a 35 pip trade, 30 pip trade here. It's not a big trade, so I'd be really careful with it. Again, I'm not rushing into this. You look left of the chart there, you get to that 139.60 area. You look left of the chart there, that is significant support there, folks. So this is going to be a fight all the way down, and I just don't know if I want to deal with it. I think there's other pairs we can trade, and just don't fight these pairs that have really ugly charts and just don't look good. But my bias is to take it to the downside. Now, if it comes down and it breaks that 200, man, we're going to go down to support at 138.98, and now we got a nice 70 pip trade. So, you have to decide what looks good at the London Open. A lot can change in 4 or 5 hours once we get to that London Open. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. This is a great chart. It's been a great pair this week. It's bearish. I'm just looking for the retrace back up to the 61.8, and we can take this down. I couldn't put it in the chart because it would have made the fibs too small. However, if we get this pullback up to the 61.8, you can see that we got a support line there, and we also have a fib line there. So we got a confluence, and it's a great resistance area, and then we'll sell it. So you say, well, what happens, William, if this just decides to continue through the 100? Well, that's okay, because if you expanded this chart out and you do a reverse fib, which means you're fibbing from the bottom to the high, you'll see that the 1618 is basically at 68.13, 68.15, which is great. So this, I think, has a potential to get all the way back down to 6,800 today if it continues through. So we'll just have to keep an eye on this. Again, remember, it's a commodity pair, so data does affect how this pair reacts. But for the last 3 days, this pair has really worked out wonderfully. And it's given us our pullbacks. It's entered where it's supposed to. So really nice trading on the New Zealand dollar this week. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day and grab those pips. And always remember to trade smart and not hard. Till next time, traders, have a great day. See you now. Bye-bye.